All right.
Alrighty, welcome to the Sports Ramble podcast. I'm Matthew. That's Trey. Garrett is not able to join us today. Um, because again, personal lives always get in the way, as you know, as Trey knows very well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but
Happens.
game one of the NBA Finals and game two happened. And listen, I'm sorry, I still can't. I'm still stuck on game one of the Halliburton game winner. I can't.
Yeah,
That's the
quote
definition
unquote,
of clutch.
aka the moment, or I don't know if I can say this on the. I don't know.
Go ahead.
We might get flagged if I say the other one that everyone's been talking about because the NBA's been trying to say, oh, he's the moment, but everyone knows his true nickname. But I can't say it on here, or
I
we're
mean, you
gonna
can
get
say it
flagged.
and edit it later. You can edit it later if you want.
I can. Hey, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna risk it.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm not surprised they pulled it off um on game one, and that's all they needed, just one game on the road, and then guess what? They're going to head back to Indiana for game three on Wednesday, and it's
Yep.
gonna be really interesting. So game three is gonna be really important. If OKC doesn't come ready to play on Wednesday, it's gonna be really tough hole to get out of, especially like the next game is gonna be in Indiana. It's not gonna be at home again.
Yeah,
So
I would say that they in both games, Indiana just even though they won game one, they just looked like they haven't looked like the better team in either game.
mhm.
It's just been we talked about it going back to the semifinals where they were like they're kind of a boring team, but they're gonna beat you in ways that you don't expect. Like they're gonna you said it, they're gonna play hard. They're not gonna really play hard for the first 30 minutes, and then the next 30 they're all out. So
Yeah, that's like because they're a 48-minute team. Not
yep.
like that's a rarity in today's NBA. They play from the tip off until the buzzer sounds at the fourth quarter, and that's how hard they play. And that's like they're pretty much like their meaning of the team, and that's what Rick Carlisle is like. That's their culture, and like I
Mhm.
gotta respect because if Carlisle pulls it out, we're gonna have some conversations
Yeah.
about like who's like the goat of all coaches. I know it's Popovich, but like Rick Carlisle is gonna be up there if he pulls this out and wins the
Would you
championship for
say?
Indiana.
Well, do you think it's still is still the Popovich versus uh
Jackson.
yeah debate? Do you think Popovich has earned more, even though he's
I mean, I gotta.
how would you compare? Because the way I would compare is like obviously longevity is like the first thing, but you look at championships. But I think when you look at the teams that Popovich coached versus because Popovich has beaten Jackson
Yeah,
like in the
but I
finals
was thinking
before.
about like longevity and like total amount of wins. And I know like they they had a little like bad run in like the late 2000s. I know they
Hmm.
won a championship in 2007, but like 2008, 2009, 2010, especially in 2011, whenever they were the first seed and got bounced in the first round for the first time like
Hmm.
ever, or an eighth, well, second time ever, but but
If
it
I'm
was like a
correct,
real.
I'm pretty sure Doc Rivers is the only coach to be 1-0 against Jackson in the finals because he beat him in 2008.
2008
2008.
was. Yeah, I mean,
No, wait, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. They lost because remember that was the year they beat them in the finals, and they went back in '09 and lost.
no, because no, Doc Rivers, no, that was 2010.
Oh yeah, 2010. So no, he's
No,
not the
no,
only
you
coach
good.
to be 1-0.
And that was the one year everyone wanted LeBron versus Kobe. That was probably like the only time that was ever going to happen.
Yes.
Ever going to happen.
Oh, for sure. Did you read
'Cause-
about the? I'm sure you've seen. We'll touch on this probably later, but I'd rather touch on it now. The the me bounds, the Angel Reese memes.
Oh, I mean, look, I Angel Reese she's a good basketball player. No, don't disrespect for her, but like at the same time, it's like it just gets to a point where it's like it's a layup.
I think if I think if she
It's
didn't talk as much, it wouldn't be such a problem. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
you
that's the
know,
thing. Yeah, because she talks a lot of game, but like she doesn't back it up sometimes, and it's kind of makes her
yeah,
look bad. And then that's why everyone like keeps on trolling her on the internet.
yeah.
Everyone's like, well,
I think that that's the difference is like people if you like when we play basketball, Trey, as you know, if we'll talk a little bit, we'll talk game, and then sometimes we get humbled, and that's okay. Like that, but we don't do it constantly. Once we're humbled, we're kind of
yeah.
like, okay, you got me, you got me. But for her, it's just like every week she's saying something, and you're like, you're you're just no disrespect, you're a good basketball player. It's just you need to just change some things about your game because there's some things there that need some work.
I mean, like like she has all the potential in the world. No
Yeah.
disrespect for her, but like she has
Oh,
all like she's got to get out of her head. She's got
yeah.
to get out
I
of her
think
head.
that's a lot of that can be said for a lot of athletes. They get in their own head about when they play.
Oh, especially like because look, hey, I'm not trying to like start anything for like with like WNBA fans, but at the same time, it's like, look, everyone's finally starting to like pay attention to WNBA now because of Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I know Asia Wilson who was in Las Vegas. Like, she's the game. Like, she's so popular. Like, she's probably like one like the best basketball WNBA basketball player in the league. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's like you're getting all these college athletes that's coming up who's like popular. Now it's like transitioning to the WNBA. Now it's gonna be like all like the viewers are gonna go up. It was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
like we kind of we're comfortable, like we're used to like seeing them in college. Now like everyone's getting used to seeing them, especially like Pacers and Dallas. I don't want to talk about Dallas, but like because we're still sorry. But hey, it gets butts in the seats, and that's pretty much that's what's all about for WNBA because like it gets other people to like, hey, like there's something else that's on, and it gives like girls and like little girls like the sense of like, oh, I want to make it to the big leagues. I
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
chance.
And that's
That's what it's
something
all
that's
about.
great for it's great for the game. Exactly. Exactly. And then so moving on from that from basketball, the I'll touch on it here real quick. Nick Chubb, uh, not Nick Chubb. Who am I thinking of? I just had it.
Yeah,
Am I?
you're
Is
right.
it
Nick
Chubb that
Chubb,
just?
yeah, sign
Yeah,
with
Nick
Houston.
Chubb just signed with the Texans. Okay, I was right. I was right. Yeah, 1 year. I I think he did okay in Cleveland. I don't know if he justifies the money given to him.
Nah, okay. It was
Is he a back?
justified, but at the same time, he
Will it
was
be? Will
hurt.
it be a backup role? It's going to be a
No,
backup role, right?
no, he's gonna be starting. He's gonna be starting, and Pierce is gonna be a backup. It's more like it's gonna be like whenever Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard was sharing the
Okay.
backfield
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one year, and then that's
Yeah.
when it was like Tony Pollard was getting more of the runs, and then Nick Chubb was getting like the 1 yard runs and like touchdown. Poof. It
Mm-hmm.
was he's so Nick Chubb is gonna be like that fullback role, like a Zeke. And it was like, hey, I can still like pull off for 30 yard run if I want to,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like I gotta save my body for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like so,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I was like, hey, Pierce gotta like come in, take the
Mm-hmm.
like majority of the hits because he's still young, and Nick Chubb like he's getting old, like he's getting older in age. It doesn't feel like he's getting older, but like injuries take a toll on your body,
Yeah.
especially like the last knee injury. That it was nasty. It was but
Yeah. It's not right.
he
Good.
just
No,
needed to
for
get
sure.
out of Cleveland because he wasn't getting it nowhere in Cleveland. That was the only reason why people watch games. Myles Garrett's still there. He's holding it down. I don't know why he signed that extension with them. God bless his soul.
And then he
But
didn't show up to OTAs.
he didn't show the OTAs.
No, he was a part. He was with his girlfriend. Um, out in I don't know where he was. I just saw that he was out somewhere with her, not at OTAs. Well, it was the
Oh,
first day of OTAs.
speaking of that, the whole like
Oh,
Stephon Diggs on the
we
boat,
tried to warn
McCarty.
you. We tried to
Yeah,
warn you. As a Vikings fan,
hey,
we tried to warn you that he was a head case.
that's New England's problem. That's New England's problem. So I like to stay out of that. So it's gonna
I
be
know,
one of
but
those things that's like,
Jerry's gonna see that and go. Jerry's gonna go. I'll give you a second round pick for him.
nah, but um, well, the Cowboys are good. I mean, we're good where we're at. It's just the big question mark right now is like, okay, when is Micah gonna get that big contract that we've been waiting on for like about a minute now? So it's kind
Well,
of like, well,
according to sources, Micah, and the Cowboys front office are of what they called it. They're not not particularly close to an extension. So it sounds like they might be off by like 6-7 million. Just that's just my guess. That's just my feeling. Um, but I understand Micah wants to be like one of the highest paid players in the league. I get that. I truly do. I think he's possibly worth it. I just don't think with the way that they've played, the way that Schottenheimer wants this team to come together is he wants them to see like sacrifice, like take a pay cut if you want to win a championship, take a pay cut. It doesn't sound like Micah's agent wants to do that.
then Micah agent he got to fire his agent because that's the thing with contracts. Like the agent gets like a percentage of the money,
Contract,
and
yeah.
that's
Yep.
what people probably don't know that. Part of the higher ups do, but like people don't like a casual fan doesn't know that. Like the agent gets a
No.
percentage of the contract. That's how it
And you
works.
see
So
so many athletes that have filed for bankruptcy. It's because their agent either swindled them out of a deal or their agent took most of their money. It's like 70-40, or that's not math, 70-30. Um, but I always was like, I always had the notion if I grew up and became a professional athlete, I was going to represent myself because I've always felt that I could negotiate a contract better than an agent. Obviously, an agent knows 10 times more than I ever will about contracts and clauses and all that stuff. But I feel like if an athlete took like an hour to sit down and read over it, he probably could get it.
okay, that's the thing because I wish like athletes can take like a class in college, then like learn like
Mm-hmm.
like negotiation class or like finance. That's kind of like a major like course in high school or in college.
Yeah,
To like just like to know like
dude,
the
we got
money
we got
like
to go back to college. Let's go back to
yeah, I
college.
mean
Let's
like
go back. We'll start our own class. We'll start our own class.
be like finance 101 how to negotiate. Bam. And
Yeah, exactly. And then at the end of every class, we'll say, "Hey, watch our podcast, and then learn something from it."
learn every day. We're gonna have like 1 hour session every time. Like Mr. Williams, what like okay, like okay, this is how you do it. Note and just note this down. Hey,
Mr.
it's
Williams, how you
there.
do this? It's like, Mr. Williams, what do you think about negotiating tactics? Did you say my name? I wasn't listening. Sorry. Don't speak. Don't speak.
No, on the other news, another
Yeah,
breaking news
go
in
for
the NFL world. Jair Alexander just got released by Green Bay Packers, shocking everyone because we thought he was going to be a Green Bay for lifer. But turns out
it. It
like
sounds like
hey,
home.
sounds like a tell all his time. Um, loyalty fades over time.
Yep. Now
Loyalty.
but the thing is, who picks him up? Who has the best option to pick him up? I personally want the Vikings to pick him up because he would. Last time I saw him play against the Vikings, he absolutely locked up Justin Jefferson. So I'd like to have him on our team, but I don't think we obviously have the cap space to even keep a guy like him.
Oh,
Um, I
oh
could
my
see him doing
god.
a 1 year deal somewhere like maybe Atlanta because they would need the help.
Atlanta would be
Uh,
a good pickup because the offense is there. The offense is already
mhm,
with Penix, he's and
mhm.
Drake London
Yep,
and
yep.
Kyle Pitts. That's like a three-headed monster right there on their offense. And their defense
I
is
can't
already solid
have
too.
Kyle Pitts on my team anymore. My fantasy team, I
Trust
can't have
me.
him, dude. He's hot and
Because they
cold.
don't look for him. They don't look for him.
I know. Well, like, I had him
That's
on last year on my fantasy team. I'm like, oh, he's 1 week he puts up 21 points. Oh, we're good. 21 points. That's all I need. Next week, 5 points. But what?
that's because they don't look for him on the offensive end. And so it's kind of like, oh, like he's running a post route or like a seam route. They don't look for
Yeah,
him. And it's open like that's why like when Michael Penix is gonna be quarterback next like starting quarterback next season, they're gonna be like the one like pretty much like
mhm.
the next like probably like the Romo Witten connection. It's gonna be
Yeah,
automatic. It's gonna be like, hey, Pitts, just do a 5 yard option. You're going to be sitting down for 5 yards, sit, and then just break one tackle and go first down.
yeah. That's all you gotta do.
But but yeah.
It is what it is. But in that case, also the hockey game three of the Stanley Cup Finals is tonight at 7. I will be once we jump off this call. I will literally be on the TV on that after I cook dinner. Um, but man, Florida double overtime game winner, and I'm going to say this, and I've said this before to one of my buddies. Florida should not be in the series. They should actually be up 2-0 because
Yeah.
both games they were up and then Edmonton tied it late and they went to overtime. I just man, it's the same story as last year. Obviously, Edmonton, Florida, but I feel like the parity has left the NBA and gone now to the NHL because it used to be, or I think I have that backwards, but it used to always be LeBron Curry in the finals, and now it's like the same thing here in hockey. It's the same Stanley Cup Finals as last year. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
NBA is kind of now these younger teams.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
just
that's the thing.
the
I
big
mean,
difference.
because Edmonton and Florida are a really good teams, so I gotta give credit where
Yes,
credit's due. But at the same time,
yes.
like, yeah, I gotta do agree. It's a new era upon us, and I saw I forgot his name. Um, out of respect, to like the ESPN analysts that mentioned this,
Hmm.
that the NBA has a production problem, and they gotta
They do.
get that fixed. Especially the finals. The finals doesn't feel like the finals anymore, and
No.
and everyone was like saying like, "Well, where's the logo? Like NBA Finals like logo on like the court?" Because back in the day, it used to be on the court. It used to be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
then why did they change it?" Because
It's
player
a cost
safety,
cutting move. It's cost cutting
player
for them.
safety.
No, it's cost cutting move.
Yeah, because that's the
They don't
thing.
want
It's
the
like
money to do it.
they don't want them like it's a cash issue. It's like you're the NBA. You make buttloads of money every year.
Hmm.
Y'all can make that work. Because like a fan on Twitter who works for like the I think the design team for the NBA
Hmm.
made a perfect perfect Indiana Pacers court for the NBA Finals. It was like it was had the NBA
I liked it.
the
It was straight fire. It was fire.
you seen it right? Had the
I
championship
saw it. Yes, I
trophy
saw it.
on the mid court,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it was just like the finals logo was on the court too. And you know what they did to make it petty with Game Two? They had just had the Larry
On
O'Brien
the side,
trophy
the side,
on the side.
yeah,
Like
like on the side. Yeah, and even
that's
then, when you
just
looked at it from the TV, it looked like
come
it was.
on.
But the Larry O'Brien show, but like when you looked at it, Trey, when you looked at it from like the sides, right, on the TV, it looked warped. Like the Larry O'Brien show looked warped. Like it wasn't like the perfect. It looked like it was fatter. I was like, guys, that's just. And the worst
We're
part is
losing this
ESPN is
kid
hemorrhaging money paying for these games. ESPN is hemorrhaging money paying for these NBA Finals games, the rights to these games.
because that's the thing. Because like, look,
It,
watch the NBA Finals might be going back to NBC.
I would love that.
I will love it
I wouldn't
too.
hate that.
Because here's the thing. Because like, look, ESPN. I mean, I highly doubt that's ever going to happen. But guys can dream because
Yep.
ESPN and Disney wants more money, and it's like one of those things. Like, look, if the production sucks and viewers are down, as you gotta make a change. It's
Hmm.
like it's gonna be three straight finals where no one's watching it. 2022 was probably like the last finals where it actually felt like a final.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, I mean, no disrespect to like the Mavericks and Boston, Denver, and Miami. It was like it's just like the production. I knew it was gonna be bad whenever they started changing up the theme music for ESPN. That's when
Hmm.
it started going downhill. It was like,
Yeah,
why? That was like the unnecessary changes. That was like, why?
it just made you sad. You're just looking at it like, come on,
What
guys.
happened to
I
the
mean, come
game I
on.
love? And it's like
Yeah,
they're changing.
literally.
Like they fired Mark Jackson. They let go Jeff Van Gundy. And like Mike Green, he's trying to hold it down with like all due respect to Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke, but like they're
They're
not
just not.
finals material. Like they're
No.
not. And Mike Green, he's getting older in age. Like he's during game one, he said timeout Dallas, and I just got war flashbacks of last year's finals. So I'm like,
It's yeah, exactly.
it's
That's how
time.
everyone feels.
It's time. So it was
I
like,
know.
well,
But hey, I will say, I just will say this, just because it needs to be said. Speaking of things going downhill, but things going back uphill, our truth is back.
oh hell yeah. Oh no.
My
Speaking
boy
of,
came back.
okay, here's here's what I
It was
heard.
all.
He's not gonna
It,
be he's not gonna be called our truth anymore. He's gonna be called by his real name, his real life name, his government name,
wrong
Ron
killings.
Killings.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because see, like this is what like smart because like I think he's just gonna go on one last run, just as Ron Killings. Our truth
Mm-hmm.
character is dead, so he might be coming like serious now.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't know what I'm gonna be expecting tonight on Raw. I'm gonna be watching and see like how it goes,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, hopefully they pull this off because I'm hoping Cena turns back face because this heel run is getting stale, and
It
him
is.
teaming up with Logan Paul doesn't help at all because Logan
I mean, it
Paul
helps a
has
little
that
bit.
type of
I'd
heat.
rather. I like Logan Paul. Logan Paul, I will say, is a pure wrestler. He's
He's
picked
a
up.
good
He
wrestler,
picked it
but
up.
dang,
Yeah,
dude, he's
but
just
he's
so
not the right. He's
unlikable.
not the right villain for. He's not the right villain for Cena's heel run. I wanted Dominic Mysterio. That's why I wanted with
Yeah,
Cena.
and then like he's doing like because he's like his
Oh,
future is
they're great.
really bright, and he's
Yeah.
like a future WWE champion in the future. And then like the writing's on the wall for him,
Hmm.
and even like Rey Mysterio said himself, like, look, like, I know I want him to like team up with him. This is like back in like 2022, whenever
Yeah.
Dom turned heel. It was like
Hmm.
I want him to be his own, grow on his own, and to be a heel, and just for the fans to like win him over as a heel, even though like he's still a heel himself, but the crowd's cheering for him now. Because
Yeah.
back in the day, bro couldn't say a word and everyone kept on booing him. That's how hated he was.
So what's crazy is you weren't even there. I have a video of it. I went with Mason, other Mason, and Adam, and we all went to the WWE Raw in Dallas. Um, was it Raw? I think it was either Raw or SmackDown, either one. No, it was Raw because LA. They wanted to see LA Knight, and he wasn't there. So
Oh,
the video was it was Dom. It was Logan Paul was in the ring, which that's the closest I'll probably ever get to Logan Paul. The closest I ever want to be to Logan Paul is what I should say. Um, and then Dom comes out to like try to support Logan, and the booing does not let up for a solid 4 minutes. Like he can't get through his promo, he can't do anything. So the
the two
rest of the
most
judges. This is back when
the company.
this is when the Judgment Day was all together. So Damian Priest comes out, everyone comes out, and they're just like talking, and all of a sudden Cody comes out, so now nobody can talk. So I'm just like, oh boy, here we go. And then I got to see Roman, so that was awesome. Roman was there.
Cool. That's nice.
But
But
he wasn't on the show. He wasn't on the show. He was backstage, but you could see him. So we're on the side of the ramp. So the ramp's here. We're on the back side of it, so like where the pyro is. But you can see him in the back with Heyman, and they're just there. They're not out there, but they don't come
oh,
out. But
he's
we
just
can
in the
see him.
back. Okay, that's cool.
I think he was
So
there just because in
this
case.
was
I wonder if
okay.
he showed up just in
Y'all
case like
went in
something went off the rails or
2023.
whatever.
Y'all went in
Yeah,
2023. Okay. Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
this
But
is before WrestleMania, so
okay, that's good. So like
yeah,
going back to like the Cena thing,
yeah, go for it.
they should turn him back to face by SummerSlam because there was a video of him like after Money in the Bank was over with. There was like he was like contemplating life. It was like, hey, like should I really do this? And like never like should I be this bad person? It was like you can tell it's hurting him to be a heel, especially teaming up with Logan Paul of all people. And like he's trying to make it
Yeah.
work. He's trying to make it work, and like it's just
Well,
not working.
my theory is that he'll. So when how the Rock he teamed up with the Rock for like 10 seconds, and the Rock did the two, right? He had three.
Mhm.
So I would love to see the Rock like he turns to the Rock and goes three, like says three to him, and then he kicks him in the balls. Like, because then everyone will lose their mind.
'Cause that's the
That's
thing,
why I
because
think it's
like
happening.
maybe that might happen actually, but I would love to see that happening because like The Rock is gonna show up at SummerSlam
Yes.
because it's a 2 night event.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting how that plays out because it's gonna be Cena versus Cody, and then Cena's gonna turn face and one last like go go home champ, like yeah, one
Yeah.
last space run, then like it's gonna be over. It's gonna be
Hmm.
wraps. And his heel run, great start, but right now is kind of like that drawing of the horse.
Yeah.
We're at that point where it's like a
It's starting to look
pencil
like a
move.
fifth grader drew it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to
I,
that point.
I saw someone compare his heel run with back when Stone Cold Steve Austin went heel. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin when he went heel, great start, and then near the like middle and the end,
Terrible
he just kind
finish.
of tapered off. No one saw Austin as a heel anymore. Everyone's like, yeah, he's a face. It's Stone Cold. Come on, like it's the same thing with Cena. Everyone's just like, John, dude, come on, John. Like,
As
but
much as like I loved him turning heel, but at the same time it was like we do realize this is gonna be his last time, like full
mhm.
time in the ring. So it's kind of like, hey, can we just see like Super Cena like one more time?
Yeah,
And like
exactly.
the way like he said the reason why he is retiring is like because he couldn't lift I think 340. I think it was like a squat or
Yeah,
I think it was like
something
a
like that.
deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something like that. He couldn't lift it anymore, so he was like, "Yeah, like I think I can't do it anymore." Because normally he was able to do it like with ease.
Yeah.
Now, like,
Well,
because like been
he's
like,
almost 50, right?
yeah, he's about to.
He's
He's
like 40.
70. He's 48.
Yeah,
About to be
dude. Like
29.
for all
And
these
that's
years you're on the road and you're working constantly, like you know as well as I do, you've seen the videos. The life of a wrestler is one of the hardest things to ever do. You know, you're
oh,
on the
you
road
think this is
constantly.
bad? The 80s and 90s were terrible. They didn't have
Exactly.
no
So
breaks.
exactly. So for John to go out on his terms, I think the heel turn is obviously his terms, one to go out the way he wants to go out. That's great. I hope he retires as a face. That would be awesome. But looking at it now, it's just like everyone knows he's going to pass the torch to Cody at WrestleMania or whatever he does, one more WrestleMania or whatever he wants to do. But I think now that he's retired, he's still going to be a sporadic appearances like The Rock does, like Stone Cold comes in every once in a while, like The Undertaker still comes back every once in a while.
But
It's
he's not
not
going to
truly.
wrestle it.
I call it. It's not truly a retirement. Like he'll come back for like a appearance, but he won't. Maybe he'll participate in like 3 moves, and then that's all he does.
I don't know because of the 5 moves of doom, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But I will give credit to Triple H. I know Cody kept kayfabe and said, you guys brought him back. The fans brought R-Truth back. What's not true? The whole angle was they
It didn't
released
work.
R-Truth. R-Truth was like I've been released. Whatever. I
But
want
when
to
did
thank
they do
everybody.
that?
Well, they
Like,
they don't have to announce his so they probably signed him to like a 30-day extension, and they didn't release the news of the contract until he came back. Then they were like, hey, he's back. He's got a new contract. Everything. That's the way they've done it before. I should have known they were playing an angle, but I was so like sad that I was like, no. I knew Carlito though for sure was gone.
oh
Carlito for
yeah, I
sure was
knew.
gone.
I mean, yeah, but our true no. The reason why they brought him back because not just the fans were mad, the locker room was pissed, and
Oh, of
everyone
course.
was like, "Truth of all people are getting released." Like, they ain't gonna work. Like the Miz, we thought the Miz was gone because that
Yeah,
Miz and Truth were like they're
like that. Yeah,
close because the whole like awesome truth thing back in the early 2010s, and then they brought it back for a little run in last year. So it's kind of like that was a big slap in the face to like
no,
everyone
I
in the
know.
locker room because our truth loves like everyone loves our truth, and
Yeah,
I know like he's getting close up in like age, but at the same time like he's so fun, like he's still entertaining.
yeah,
That's what it's all about. It's all about the entertainment value, and our truth still brings that entertainment value. He makes every promo better. He makes every
yeah. He
promo
does.
better.
He does. He does. And that the thing is, like when you lose something like that, you can kind of feel it. Maybe not because we're not in the locker room, obviously, but you can kind of feel it in the fans. Like they're not as tuned into the product, especially when he's not out there. And I found this funny. Someone said that Chad Gable is doing the Kurt Angle run with the Grande Americano. I thought that was so funny because if
Look,
you look back, like I think it was like 2001, 2002 when Kurt Angle dressed up as a luchador for like 2 nights. It was kind of funny because I was just like, yeah, he's doing the same
yeah.
thing.
So okay, the whole O Grande Americano, I secretly love it, but at the same time, I
Yes.
was like,
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
stupid.
I mean, I can't really support it because like it was like I don't know, it was a little racist, but at the same
It
time, it was
is. It,
like, I mean, it's okay. It's entertaining. People tune in for it. Like at the same time, it's like, look, it's of course like WWE's fake, but it's entertaining. But like, I'm not saying like I do like support it, but at the same time, it's like it's entertainment. But
yeah.
like, it's just Chad Gable in a mask.
Yeah.
But
Everyone knows
like,
it's him. But
everyone
some
knows
people that
him.
want to keep up people that
But
keep up the
people that
illusion,
keep on
they're
going
trying to
with
be
it.
funny. Yeah, exactly. I get it. You're trying to be funny. You want to be like, oh, it's not. It's actually not him. Well, like, great. You made
It's
me laugh. It was
I
funny the
know
first
it's
time.
him. Name a luchador that does your German suplex. No one knows luchador does a German suplex.
No,
And they
no.
and like I'm glad they keep on going with it like, until like he gets unmasked. It's gonna be like a running gag. It's gonna be so funny.
Yeah. One guy that I want to see in the future win a world championship, Braun Breaker, man. That guy is freaking.
Oh, just wait, just
I
wait.
love him. I know.
Oh,
I'm waiting. I did. He is so awesome, man. I fell in love with him, and mostly because I know he's a Rex Steiner, and he's you know, Rob Rex Steiner was his dad, so it's pretty. I think, yeah, Rob. Am I right about that? Rob Rex, because Rob Steiner,
yeah,
the Steiner brothers, they're not
Rick Steiner. Yeah, yeah. I think Rick
because yeah,
Steiner
Rick
was his
Steiner was
dad, and Scott Steiner was his uncle. I think so.
okay. Yeah, okay. But so anyway, because he gives me Scott Steiner vibes, obviously, because of how Steiner math and all that, all
Hmm.
the memes that he had. But anyway, guys, with that, that will conclude our
Wait,
episode
hold on.
today for the Sports Show
One
Podcast.
last thing.
Oh
One
yeah,
last thing.
sorry, one last thing. Go for it.
Vince McMahon might buy back WWE.
No, he doesn't have the money. No way.
Hey,
He doesn't have the money.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If he does buy it back, because TKO is ruining WWE. TKO is like it's downhill. Like if you think about
No,
it,
no.
because like New Orleans is, got screwed over,
I know.
and then WrestleMania is gonna be in Vegas again because TKO wants like money again, like because like they're getting greedy, and Vince McMahon is
I know.
like, this is not the WWE I know and love. I mean, I know Vince McMahon has his issues, and I don't support him at all. It's more like, look, if he comes back, don't bring back the big dog Roman. I swear, if he brings him back, I'm not tuning in no more. I might buy the games. I'm done. Second
Yeah.
of all, if they put the Usos back in tag team like immediately, I'm gonna
It's
be
over.
upset because like let them do a single run for like even though like they
Yeah.
said like they're down to do one more run as a tag team, but let them do like their single stuff because
Yeah.
like I'm enjoying
Exactly.
their singles run. Like I know Jimmy hasn't won anything. I want him to win a U.S. title, even like a world championship, even though I highly doubt that's ever going to happen.
No.
But I know
I'd
Jay.
rather see Shane buy it. I know Shane doesn't have the capital that Vince does. I understand that, but Shane needs to buy it. Or if because the problem is when you have Vince buy stuff like that, um, you can't predict that he's not going to take over. Because what Vince should do is buy it and let Triple H and everyone else do their thing and stay out of the way. But Vince is not that kind of guy.
He
He's
ain't
not the
gonna
guy who
do
kind of
that.
just come
He
around
ain't
and do
gonna,
that.
that's the thing with
Exactly.
Vince. He'll buy it back and then make it something he's like, he'll flip it.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't need that. So who knows? Tune in next week, guys, to hear see if the downfall happens in wrestling. We'll be, and we'll be back definitely to listen to the recapping Stanley Cup Finals Game 3, possibly Game 4 if it gets to that, and then obviously the NBA Finals Game 3 and Game 4 as well. But guys, for Trey, I'm Matthew. Make sure you follow us all on social medias at the Sports Channel Podcast social medias. Follow me, myself, and Trey whenever you can get a chance. But guys, we will see you next time. Have a good one.
Peace.